there is one sales play that's helped me close more of the right deals and chase fewer of the wrong deals more than any other one tactic that I've used. It is the ultimate power move that completely flips the script, meaning that you're no longer chasing the customer, but instead the customer is chasing you. Sounds like a dream for a salesperson, right? And most people I teach this to are too afraid to even try it because it goes against a lot of the logic that we've been taught as salespeople. However, if you learn how to use this technique properly, it'll be like playing your favorite video game with all the cheats enabled. Unfair levels. I call this anti-selling. And in this video, I'm not only going to teach it to you, but also make sure you don't use it the wrong way. Because if you misuse this, it will result in the total opposite effect and piss your customers off and lose you deals. But before I tell you how to use this technique, there's a bit of context that you need to fully take advantage of it. Back in 2021, I was selling for a tech company. A vice president of something or other booked a call with us off the back of a Facebook ad that he'd seen. We got chatting and he started walking me through his current process. But he kind of seemed disinterested in the entire conversation and pretty happy with the way he was doing things today. I wasn't hearing any problems or opportunities we could help with, and my questions were being met with short 1 or 2 word answers. So what I decided to do was stop the call and level set with him. I said, "Hey, I do appreciate you booking time with us here today, but by the sounds of things, you've already got this handled pretty darn well." And then I shut up. Now, what happened next is the part that surprised me. He said, kind of taken back a bit, "Oh, well, I'm not sure we are doing okay because we have been running into issues with X, Y, and Z, and I think that's what your product could help us with." Hold on a second. He was now trying to tell me why he should buy my product, when it's usually the other way around. And that is where it clicked. The power dynamic in this conversation had completely changed. I'd taken the sale off the table, stopped trying to sell him, and somehow that had made him more forthcoming and want to have my product more. You see, most customers come in the door with a complete mistrust of salespeople. They're worried that you're going to manipulate them, sell them something they don't need, be pushy, all those classic cliches. But when you do the exact opposite of that, it creates enormous trust. You push them away and they're actually pulled back in. You go from greedy, self-serving salesperson who would try to sell ice to an Eskimo to someone who's got to tell me the truth, even when it's not in their best interest. And so since then, whenever I get a hint that someone's unsure or I'm not really convinced that they should buy my product, service, whatever, I've done this exact same thing countless times in multiple different scenarios, and it's worked a lot more times than it hasn't. Sometimes it's when someone's ghosting me. I send them an email saying, "Hey, haven't heard back yet." So I'm gonna assume that you've decided to go in another direction for your sales kickoff. If you are still looking for someone to come speak to your team, but you just don't feel like I'm the right fit, then I'd highly recommend talking to this person or this person who do great work in this space. And what do you know? They come back and they buy from me, even though I just told them to go speak to someone else. Someone tells me my price is too high. I say, "Oh, no drama. Sounds like you're not looking for quite as much hands-on work as what we offer. So how about this? I can recommend you to a couple of folks offshore who could probably get this done for less." And what do you know? They say, no, we need that hands-on work and we think you'd be best for us. We don't necessarily need a discount. So that's it. That is the tip. When someone doesn't seem interested, don't push harder and chase them. Instead, pull away while being confident and polite in doing so. Even going as far to recommend alternatives that they can buy from if they don't like your product. This mindset of being the opposite of pushy, it attracts buyers. They're drawn to people who seem confident in their solution, who don't chase them. I hate to make the comparison, but it's kind of like dating. It's like playing hard to get because no one wants what they get too easily, and desperation is never attractive. However, this is also where the wrong approach to pulling this off comes in. It won't work if it's not sincere and genuine, because it's not about manipulation. It's not about tricking them. It's not about using reverse psychology. It's not about playing games. No one wants to play games in dating, in sales, whatever. It's just picking up what they're putting down in front of you and feeding it back to them, mirroring their objections and their level of interest. Because I know I don't want to sell something to someone that they don't feel like they need. It is a pointless use of time for me, them, everyone involved. And that's it. That's the video. So subscribe and watch this video next. You're gonna love it.